Check engine light on, gas mileage dropping, or maybe your car feels sluggish. Most drivers panic and spend $200–300 replacing the oxygen sensor. But here's the thing. In many cases, the sensor isn't broken. It's just dirty. A dirty O2 sensor can trick your engine into wasting fuel, killing performance and even damaging the catalytic converter. The good news? You don't need tools removal or expensive parts. I'll show you 3 unique methods to clean your oxygen sensor fast and safely, including one old-school trick and one that costs nothing. Stick with me, and if saving money on car repairs sounds good, hit subscribe so you don't miss the next mechanic secret. Why the O2 sensor matters. Quick refresher. Your oxygen sensor measures how much oxygen is in your exhaust. It tells the ECU, your car's brain, how to adjust the air-fuel ratio. When it's clean, you get better fuel economy, smoother acceleration, and lower emissions. When it's dirty, you get rough idle, sluggish throttle, poor mileage, and eventually a ruined catalytic converter that can cost $400 to $2,000. So keeping it clean is one of the cheapest ways to keep your car running like new. But how do you know if your oxygen sensor is actually dirty? Let's look at the most common symptoms you'll notice before it fails completely. Symptoms of a dirty O2 sensor. Here's how you know your oxygen sensor might need cleaning. Sudden drop in gas mileage. Maybe you used to get 25 miles per gallon, and now you're barely hitting 18, even though you haven't changed your driving style. Jerky idle or hesitation when you hit the gas. The car feels like it's stumbling or lagging before it finally picks up speed. Check engine light with codes like P0130 or P0133. These often point directly to oxygen sensor performance issues. That sluggish, tired feeling in your car. Acceleration isn't sharp anymore, and the whole car just feels heavier than it used to. If you've noticed any of these, don't rush to buy a new sensor just yet. In many cases, it's not broken. It's just coated in carbon and struggling to do its job. And here's the thing. Most videos out there will only show you the same old methods. Dumping fuel cleaners in the tank or spraying through a vacuum line. They can work, but they're not the whole story. I promised you something different. 3 unique methods that most people overlook. And if you stick with me, you'll see how each one can bring your oxygen sensor back to life without removal. Let's dive in. Now, most people would just dump a bottle of cleaner in the tank and hope for the best. But you're here for something smarter. Let's go into method number 1. Method number 1. Seafoam intake spray. First up, the Seafoam intake spray method. You might have heard of Seafoam as a fuel tank additive, but the spray version is different. Here's how to use it safely. You warm up the engine until it's at normal operating temperature. Remove the intake hose right before the throttle body. The engine idling around 150,000 RPM. Spray the Seafoam in short bursts directly into the throttle body. Don't flood it, just short sprays every few seconds. What happens is the cleaner gets sucked into the combustion chamber, burns off, and that hot exhaust vapor passes directly over your oxygen sensor, scrubbing carbon off the tip. Core warning. Keep the RPM up. If you spray too much at once, the engine may stumble or stall. I once had a Nissan Altima come into the shop with a stubborn P0133 code slow O2 sensor response. After a Seafoam spray cleaning and a good drive, that light stayed off for months. That's how effective this can be. Method number 2. Water mist, steam cleaning. Now here's the old school trick most modern drivers don't know about. Water mist cleaning. Sounds crazy, water in the engine, but it works if you do it right. Here's the method. Warm up the engine to full operating temperature. Set idle around 2000 RPM. Using a spray bottle with distilled water. Mist small amounts directly into the throttle body. The water instantly turns into steam, which blasts carbon deposits inside the combustion chamber. That steam continues out through the exhaust, loosening carbon on the oxygen sensor tip. Cork. Again, the trick is to mist lightly. Never pour water, just a fine mist. If you add too much, you risk stalling the engine. I've seen this save countless taxis back in the day. Cars running 200,000 miles with sensors still alive, thanks to monthly steam cleanings. It's simple, safe if you go slow, and costs almost nothing. In fact, I knew a taxi owner who swore by this trick. He'd mist his engine every month, and his car ran over 250,000 miles with the original oxygen sensors still alive. It's one of those old-school habits that really pays off. Quick reminder, if saving hundreds of dollars on car repairs sounds good, make sure to hit subscribe. I share real mechanic tricks like these regularly. Method number 3, Italian tune-up. And this one is my personal favorite because it costs $0. The Italian tune-up. Here's the idea. Many cars only do short city trips, low RPM, never hot enough to burn carbon, so carbon builds up on the sensor and catalytic converter. The fix: take the car on a 20-30 minute highway run, holding RPMs higher around 3,000 or so if safe. That sustained heat, plus exhaust flow literally burns the carbon off the O2 sensor. I had a Honda Civic owner come in with a check engine light and sluggish performance. We did nothing but a highway blast, and after that drive the light turned off and fuel economy went back up. It doesn't always fix everything, but when it does, it feels like magic. I also had a customer with a stubborn emissions code that just wouldn't go away after cleaning. One solid 30-minute highway run burned it off, and the scanner showed the sensor switching normally again. Sometimes all the sensor needs is a good work. But before you grab a spray can or head out on the highway, let's clear up a few myths that could actually cost you more money if you believe them. Myth busting. Now let's bust some common myths I hear all the time. Myth number 1. Spraying cleaner on the outside of the sensor will fix it. Wrong. The sensor tip sits inside the exhaust stream. Outside spraying does nothing. Myth number 2. Any carb cleaner works. Wrong. Many are too harsh and can damage the sensor or even the catalytic converter. Always use products labeled sensor safe. Myth number 3. Cleaning fixes damaged sensor. If the sensor is cracked, soaked in oil or coolant, or electrically dead, cleaning won't save it. Replacement is the only option. Myth number 4. Using premium gasoline will automatically keep your sensors clean. Premium fuel doesn't magically clean sensors. It only matters if your car is designed to run on it. Myth number 5. A check engine light always means the oxygen sensor is bad. Many other issues, vacuum leaks, misfires, dirty injectors can trigger the same code. Always scan and diagnose before replacing parts. Remember, these methods only work if the sensor is dirty, not broken. Quick FAQ. Couple quick questions I always get. Question number 1. Does this work on both sensors? It's best for the upstream sensor, the one before the catalytic converter. That's where exhaust gases are hottest and cleaning is most effective. The downstream sensor, after the cat, doesn't get as much direct flow, so results are limited. Question number 2. How often should I clean it? Using Seafoam or water mist every 10,000–15,000 miles is a good habit. If you mostly do short city trips, throw in an Italian tune-up once a month to keep carbon from building up. Question number 3. How do I know it worked? Easiest way: plug in a cheap OBD2 scanner, clear the code and drop. If the light doesn't come back and your throttle feels sharper, the sensor's doing its job again. Question number 4. Can this damage my engine? Not if you follow the steps carefully. The key is moderation. Short sprays, light mist, steady RP. Flooding the intake with too much liquid at once can stall the engine, so go slow and steady. Question number 5. Will this improve fuel economy right away? In many cases, yes. If the O2 sensor was fouled, you may notice better mileage within the next tank of gas. But if your plugs, injectors, or filters are dirty too, you'll need to address those for full results. Question number 6. What if cleaning doesn't help? Then the sensor is likely damaged beyond saving, cracked, oil-soaked, or electrically dead. At that point, replacement is the only option. Think of cleaning as maintenance and prevention, not a miracle cure. Water mist steam clean. Old school hack, almost free, works with patience. Final thoughts. And there you have it. 3 unique ways to clean your oxygen sensor without removing it. If this video helped you, wait until you see my guide on cleaning fuel injectors without removing them. I'll leave the link on screen and in the description. That one can save you even more money. Have you tried any of these O2 sensor tricks before? Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your results, and I reply to as many as I can. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe for more real mechanic secrets, and hit the bell so you never miss the next tip. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.